Hi guys, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't recording. So, here we are. I'm down here. I have English Navy, bright blue, sassy pants. Quit it.
What?
White. I was talking to your sister. She went English Navy. So, mocking me, little turd. So what I do is I already did it on the blue, the red one. I mean, I get a little bit of English Navy on my brush. It's a thin paint, so it's. I could technically go over it 2 coats, but I really don't want to sometimes. Sometimes you just go over it once to stain it. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
You're a sweetheart. Do you have a good day at school?
Yeah.
So then I paint my entire lens, okay? That tone. And then while it's still wet, I get a drop of this blue, just a little dollop of it, and I come over here and I twist it into the brush. And then I come and then I hit it here with a little bit of the bright blue. It's almost not noticeable. Then I'll get a little bit more on the tip of my brush, and I'll come in and then I'll paint a little bit more.
Daddy.
Just a minute, baby.
Yesterday, the reason why the trash didn't come because it wasn't Thursday.
I know, I realized that. I forgot what day it was.
But you're crazy. I have trash too.
Alright, so that's 2 coats already. And I'm trying to leave the bottom where it is. Okay? So then I'll come and I'll hit it again. Just above it and go up a little higher this time. So here we got more blue. This time now I'll come in and I'll clean my brush off real good, okay? And then I'll get a little bit, I'll leave my brush a little wet, and then I'll hit that blue, which almost makes it like a wash now. And I'll just kind of thin it out on my hand. And then I'll come in and I'll just barely go over this edge a little bit to kind of bring that up. So now this time I will clean out my brush really good. And I always run my brush after I rinse it off through my mouth, across my tongue, like do a little thing with your tongue to make a little U shape, and then kind of get it to where it grabs it back together. I know people are like, oh, that's so gross, you're a weirdo. I was like, yes I am. But that helps me keep a nice tip on my brush. I used to do it all the time. So this time I come from the top and I hit it on the top a little bit. And we'll leave that to sit for a second. Do the same thing I just did earlier with the dark blue, with the bright blue, the mid-tone blue. I will kind of thin it out, almost a wash consistency on my hand. And then I'll come in and I will just barely bring it across the bottom. If I get a little too much like I did there, dry my brush off really good. And I'll come in, roll the tip. This brush isn't that great, so rolling the tip isn't. I kind of suck up a little bit of it with the paintbrush. See if I can get it zoom. And then I kind of get that nice little lens glare. Now that I've done that, I will get, where is that bad boy at? Here it is. Get the finest brush I have, which is a Aqua Sable Scroller, which is a 6/0. This is a tiny little long brush. And then I'll get that, and well, first I'll get it wet because it needs to be wet to get those bristles opened up a little bit. And I'll kind of run it through the white. Make sure I hit the back of my hand with a twist. I hit a little bit of the blue that was on my hand. It kind of mixed it in there. Give me a second. And then I'll come in. Excuse me. And I will very, very carefully do a glare. So something like that. And from distance, I think it'll look pretty good. Now, usually if they're too bright, I'll do the same thing. I'll get, actually, I'll just show you. I'm gonna go ahead and do this a little bit overboard. This is what I did to the Hornet I painted. So I got a lot of that white on there, and that white was just such a contrast. It needed to almost be toned down a bit. So now what I'll do is I'll come back. Let's go ahead and use the stir brush. That'll work. Oh, there's still paint on that, and I just ran it through my mouth. Gross. Gross. I just said gross. So I take a dip of the white, a dip of the blue, and I'll mix it together and get a really, really faint white blue. And I'll grab a bit of the water on the brush and darken it just a hair. Oh my goodness. My air compressor is going to fall. My air compressor is going to fall. Whoa. There we go. Thank you.
I remember I have to do some work.
What work? We're gonna do the clothes in a little bit.
What? We already did it.
No, we're gonna separate them to your room.
Oh.
But I sit there and take this wash consistency and go over that white. And that's just gonna dull it down just a much. Just a much. Just a bit. Did you just leave your brownie on my play area? And then I'll come back and I'll pick up some of that wetness and clean it off. So yeah, it's not a spectacular lens. Not the best one I ever did for sure. I'm just having one of those days, I guess, today. Go ahead and try this other one over here. Let's see.
I have a book to read.
Oh. So go on and hit it with a little bit of the light blue. Leave that edge down on the bottom. Let's see if I can get one of these right today. How about that? That'd be freaking awesome. And I'll take that lighter shade of blue. Come and hit it across the top. Yeah, see, that second lens is already looking better. I'm gonna let that dry for a second, and I need to get the base tones back on for the red lenses. Leave those alone for now, okay? Please.
What? Can I go outside so I don't bother you
No,
in your video?
I don't mind. You can stay inside. It's fine.
I want to go outside.
You're not bothering me.
I want to go outside.
Okay, fine. We'll come back in a minute because I need to. Did you get the mail? Okay. So the red. I did the base coats of the red. Do the same thing with the red. Just gonna kind of come hit towards the top with this. Well, what that was is cavalry brown and then red. I'm just fumbly button today, man. So just bear with me, okay? So there's the red. Now what I'm gonna do is grab the white with the other brush, the thin brush, and do the highlights again with the red. I'm trying to keep them on the same spot since, you know, your flares and stuff are going to come from the same area. I'm not going to get fancy with this one. I need to stop doing that. Especially try to be fancy. I'm trying to be fancy on camera. It's so fancy. Something, you know. I didn't hear a single word of it. You're going to read it again later to where I can actually hear you, babe. There. That second lens looks a lot better. Simple. It works. I don't know what I was thinking earlier. I was being dumb. I think I was just overthinking the process because I'm on camera right now. But I like doing these little nubbins here. Painting those white so they stick out a bit. Like that. And there's a couple, one on each side of the head too. I want those just to really pop. Oop, not even on camera, huh? Let's paint the outside edge of it, the tip of it, so it kind of stands out. I'll do it to all of them. And I was even going to, like this guy here has an extra one. He has an extra one on here, or two up in there on the head. So I hit those as well. The other one doesn't have those. But I'll just come in real light with my fine tip brush and hit the tips of them. So what I could probably do, hit a little bit of this blue, a little bit of the white over here. Roll that brush and get right inside that little hole. Just to make those pop a little bit. You kind of barely see them anyway, but well, look at there. Part of this hard spot is I've got two of these guys, one side by side, in my way. So what I need to do something about this one. I just really messed this one up over here. I think I'm gonna get rid of. Yeah, see, that helps me already, man. Just get rid of that stupid little one glare. I'll thin this one down a bit. There. Don't you love overthinking crap, guys? Like, hey, I'm going to do like this and this. Why? Because I'm on camera. And I think that's what I should do. See? Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's the ticket. Yeah, buddy. Booyah. Now, what I will do after this, what I do on all of them, all my lenses, most people are like, don't do that, that's dumb. I take a little bit of my Liquitex. So what I use is Liquitex Gloss Medium Varnish. And then I will just go back a little bit on the end of my brush, go onto the dry spots, the ones that are dry, and I will just hit them a little bit. That to me just gives it that extra little gloss pop, you know. So honestly, other than that, I am done. Some of these areas right here, the white sprayed over a little too much. I need to tone those down. I'm gonna test this. Oh, it's a cool gray wash. So I think it's gonna be too light. So I might want to go and make a wash out of the Luftwaffe gray and do that. You know, I'm not gonna do that now. I'm not gonna do that now. We're just gonna end it now. Video's getting a little crazy and long, but so here's the heads. They are done. We are going to go ahead and end now, and then next week I should hopefully have my matte varnish, and I will be able to go and actually do the body stuff and finish all that I want to get done. So guys, I love you and I thank you so much. I hope you stuck it out for this idiocy. So I will see you again next week. Thanks guys, have a wonderful nerd life.